Jeda recently sent me the new and improved version of the Jeda Wireless Pad to check out. Let's run through what's changed and how it holds up. I've been using the first Jeda Wireless Pad since last October and have been very happy with the performance. I'll include a link to my review in the description if you're interested in seeing that review. While the first version did what it said on the tin, many customers complained that the thickness of the pad didn't allow enough room for the phone shelf to hold their phones in place while driving. Some experienced issues with more energetic driving that caused their phone to slide off and fall into the cubby below. In all the time I've used it, I've never experienced that, but I could see how that might happen. The phone sat right along the edge, so there wasn't a large margin of error, and some cases may have actually contributed to the issue as well. Some people were also looking for fast charging, which required a purchase of a battery add-on in order to achieve the higher power requirements. This is due to the limited power available from the Model 3's front USB ports. One of Jeda's more popular competitors is the Nomad Wireless Charger, which addressed a few of those concerns with a built-in battery and extended phone shelf to keep the phones in place while driving. This is where the new Jeda Wireless Pad steps into the spotlight and says hello. It's been improved in just about every way, and it's clear to me that Jeda listened closely to all of the customer feedback. Open the box and what you'll see is the new Jeda and not much else. The only accessories in the box are two short USB cables to get power, but there's not much else needed to get it set up and running. There's no longer a need to add double-sided tape to the back to secure it into place. This new version has several circular protrusions that fit the Model 3's shelf perfectly. Just drop it in and it's rock solid. I can't feel any slack in the fit at all. It really fits like a glove and looks like it was meant to be there from the factory. Which brings me to the looks. The previous version was well built and looked better than most of the other generic Qi charging options that are out there, but it's utilitarian. The color and pattern on the front didn't mesh with the Model 3's look as well as it could have. The new version, which looks like a pair of Louis Vuitton red sole shoes, fits right in. The texture and color blend with the center console and make it look seamless. They're also using a new TPU material that has much better grip than the previous version. I never had a problem with my phone sliding side to side on the first generation Jeda, but this TPU material should remove any doubt from your mind of sliding being an issue. But the thing about this version that sets it apart from not only the first generation Jeda, but also the Nomad, is that it supports portrait and landscape charging. You can charge two phones in portrait or one phone in landscape. It's a clever design with 3 separate Qi chargers located throughout the pad. For my testing, I've never had an issue with the phone not charging. Just drop it on the pad in any of the 3 locations and it just works. The landscape mode adds an interesting use case for running apps like Google Maps or Waze if that's your preferred orientation. What about the charging speeds? Well, the front USB ports have been running at 7.5 watts since the version 9 update. You'll get the full 7.5 watt charging on both sides of the Jeda. If you want to get up to 15 watts, you can run a cable from the center console's DC port to the front and the pad will work with that extra power. But with phones like the iPhone capping out at 7.5 watts anyway, there shouldn't be much of a need for that. And the final update that I wasn't actually able to test myself yet was the inclusion of holes in the little shelf for wired charging. If you want to leave a Lightning or USB plug on one of the sides to charge a phone that doesn't have Qi charging, you can now do that. However, it does require a spacer for the cable to fit properly. Jeda's planning on selling those spacers on its website this April, but you can also get third-party ones or have some 3D printed for yourself. In my testing, the phone always remained squarely in place, even with some very energetic driving. I was trying to shake my phone loose and couldn't get it to budge. You don't have to pay particular attention to where you're placing the phone when you get into the car. Just place it on the pad and go, in any orientation. The aesthetics are also improved and it looks like it came with the car. It offers several new features that aren't available on products like the Nomad, but just like the Nomad, it's a quality built product. My takeaway after using it is that it's a major step forward for Jeda, and also the Tesla Model 3's wireless charger to beat. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below on what your phone charging setup is in your car. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are some ways you can do so. Want some fun, geeky t-shirts? Check out my SFSF shop for some cool Tesla, SpaceX, science, and undecided t-shirts. Every purchase helps to support the channel. Get some great Tesla accessories like console wraps, LED lights, and more from Abstract Ocean, and save 15% off your first order with my referral code. A big shout out to one of my new Patreon Supporter Plus members, Zach Delzati. Thanks so much for joining and supporting the channel. You can also become an Undecided supporter on Patreon to help grow and shape the channel. If you're interested, please go check out my Patreon page for additional details, and I hope to see some of you over there. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get alerts when I post new videos. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.